is up, Xbox Nation? This is episode 6 of the Xbox Report. I'm your host, Cody Gollott. Thank you for joining me each and every week as we dive into the news, latest games, and reviews for Xbox. Let's start out with the news. News story number 1. Per The Verge, Larry Herb, I believe I'm saying his last name correctly, aka Major Nelson, has his next job following his departure from Microsoft last year, where he was a public face of the Xbox brand. Major Nelson will be joining Unity's community team, he announced on Monday. At Microsoft, he, among other things, hosted the original Xbox podcast and posted about Xbox to his large following on Twitter, which is known as X, which he's also on Threads as well. On LinkedIn, he lists his new job title as Director of Community. As based on a LinkedIn post, it seems like he'll be a brand ambassador in some form. I feel like Major Nelson was such a known quantity in the Xbox community. He was like, I feel like great for Xbox. I'm sorry that he left, but I'm glad he was able to have a long career with the brand, and I wish him well at Unity, because I know Unity, is a popular game developer engine, but they've had some controversy, I think, on their pricing structure. So I'm glad that he's hopefully able to go over there and boost that brand, hopefully open that up to more people to make more games, which we all in our community hope for. We want to see more games and more people be able to make games. All right, news story number 2. According to Pure Xbox, video game developer Tango Gameworks has officially closed its doors. The studio was responsible for the critically acclaimed game Hi-Fi Rush. Microsoft announced the closure of Tango Gameworks in June 2024. The reasons for the closure are not entirely clear, but some employees believe it was due to poor business decisions. Others speculate that the studio's location in Japan made it difficult for Microsoft to manage. The closure of Tango Gameworks has been met with disappointment from fans of the studio's work. Hi-Fi Rush, the studio's most recent game, was released to positive reviews. However, it's not clear how many copies of the game were sold. I think out of all the closures, this one has hit the Xbox community, fans in general, really hard. This is what turned a lot of people against Xbox. I really wish they could have found a way to keep that studio around. I think they could have kept making unique games like Hi-Fi Rush. I feel bad for a lot of the employees. I hope they find, either somewhere else to work, or, I just wish them the best. And it's just kind of sad to see it go. I just wanted to, read this story and just give a shout out to all the employees and the great work they did on that game. News story number 3. According to comicbook.com, the long canceled Xbox game called Captain Blood is finally set to release in late 2024. Originally announced in 2006, the pirate-themed hack-and-slash game by developer 1C Seawolf was never completed. Publisher SNEG is now bringing it to modern platforms, including PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, while retaining its early 2000 aesthetic. I don't really know much about this game, but it's always kind of interesting when you hear stories like this about a game that was canceled like over 20 years ago, or almost 20 years ago, and then it comes back, or like a game that was maybe only released in Japan makes it to the US. I always find these stories interesting. Pirate game, hack and slash, it'll probably be definitely a game of its time, but maybe they've kind of updated some of its mechanics. We'll have to wait and see once it releases. All right, the main story of the show, which I think is going to be a fun one: digital versus physical. With the recent Xbox showcase, we got the announcement of all digital systems that are going to be releasing. This got me thinking about the argument of digital versus physical. So what I'm going to do is kind of go through what I think are the pros and cons of each medium, and then just kind of give my overall thoughts. So first, we're going to do digital games and media. So some of the pros: convenience. With digital games, you can purchase, download, and play without ever leaving your home. No need to drive to the store or wait for a delivery. Instant gratification. We live in a culture of, Amazon Prime, 1 to 2 day shipping. TikTok, we all know, it's like if it takes too long, a lot of people kind of get bored. So that instant gratification, by you buy a game, start playing it within minutes, no more waiting in line, or for, having to stand outside of a store for a midnight release. Automatic updates. Digital games often update automatically, ensuring you're always have the latest version with all the patches and improvements. Frequent sales and discounts. Digital storefronts often have sales offering great deals and discounts that can save you money. That's a big one for me because, not everyone has unlimited funds. Xbox Game Pass is a great deal, but if there's games outside of that you want to buy, online storefronts, not only the Xbox, store, but also like Steam if you're a PC gamer, I feel like, that's kind of where you want to go if you want to try to get the best bang for your buck is go digital. No physical space needed. Digital games don't take up physical space, keeping your living area clutter free. This is really true, especially once you start growing your family. If you're single, it doesn't really matter, but if you have a wife and kids, that can definitely add up, where you have to store, or not having storage, I should say. Speaking of storage, cloud storage. With cloud saves, you can access your game data from any compatible device, ensuring your progress is never lost. Some of the cons: ownership issues. There's a debate about whether you truly own digital games. If a game is delisted or your account is banned, you might lose access. Storage space. Digital games can take up significant storage space on your console, and managing storage can become a hassle. Internet dependency. Downloading and updating digital games requires a good internet connection, which can be an issue for some, especially if you live in a rural area. All right, now we're switching over to physical games. Some of the pros. Tangible ownership. There's something satisfying about holding a physical game. You truly own it and can lend it out, sell it, or trade it. No storage limits. Physical games don't take up hard drive space. Just insert the disc and play, which is kind of becoming slightly different now, where a lot of physical games just have a download code in the box. So I think even that's starting to kind of go away. Collector's value. Physical games can become a collector's item, with cases and manuals adding to their value, especially if you get those deluxe or special editions where they have like a character or the case itself is kind of unique. I know that's a real big thing for certain collectors. You can resell and trade in. You can sell or trade your physical games, potentially recouping some of your investment. This is a big thing that I think game companies want to get rid of. They want to kill the game stops of the world, because they lose so much money when a person buys a game brand new, plays it for a week or two, beats it, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna kick it to GameStop. GameStop resells it for 50 or 60. You don't get a lot of money, but that's how GameStop makes their money. And console makers, not only Xbox but PlayStation and Nintendo, want to put an end to that. Some of the cons: physical damage. Discs can get scratched, lost, damaged, making them unplayable. Clutter. Collecting physical games can lead to storage issues and clutter living spaces. Convenience. You have to physically change disc to switch games. I know that sounds pretty lazy, but with the era of streaming, it's just one of those things where it's so much easier just to click and play or push and play. Availability. Some physical copies can be out of stock or hard to find, especially for popular releases or older titles. This is true like a lot of older games where it's like maybe they're really rare, and if you do find one, they're hundreds of dollars. So that can be a con as well. So what's the verdict? While physical games offer the charm of tangibility and true ownership, the convenience, frequent discounts, and space-saving benefits of digital games make them a clear winner in my book. The ability to access your entire library at the click of a button and enjoy automatic updates in a game is a game changer for modern games. So that's kind of like where I stand is, I think that's the future, not only of Xbox, but the other console makers, and maybe not the next generation, but, we will have an end to, I think, physical media, not only with Nintendo and PlayStation, but Xbox as well. Before we wrap up, let's hear from you, our listeners. Are you team digital or team physical? Share your thoughts on our social media channels or drop us a message. We love hearing your opinions. Okay, next we have new games that are coming out from June 17th to the 21st. First, we have hashtag BLUD, I think it's Blood, June 18th. Save your friends, fight off vampire apocalypse, and survive the horrors of the freshman field hockey practice in hashtag Blood, a delightful, zany, animated dungeon crawler that blurs the line between action RPGs and hyper-kinetic 90s cartoons. The Elder Scrolls Online Collection Gold Road, June 18th, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and will have smart delivery. The Elder Scrolls Online Collection Gold Road is ideal for adventurers who wish to access all major chapter zones and quests found across Tamriel. The Collection Gold Road includes the Gold Road chapter available at launch on June 10th, in addition to the base game and all previous chapters, available immediately. Next, we have Horror Tales, the Beggar? Yeah. June 18th, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and it will have smart delivery. Step into a riveting sci-fi journey that unfolds in the aftermath of a catastrophic event where terror and science fiction intertwine amidst the ruins of a broken world. Immerse yourself in a dynamic fusion of space-time bending combat and earth-shattering puzzles. Next, we have Still Wakes the Deep, June 18th. It's for Game Pass, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox Play Anywhere. Available on day one with Game Pass. From the award-winning developers at the Chinese Room comes a terrifying tale of isolation. You are trapped on an oil rig in the North Sea, running from an unknown horror that has come aboard. With no escape and no way to fight back, all you can do is survive. Play on cloud, console, and PC. I think early reviews for this game have been really great. So definitely go check that one out, especially if you are a Game Pass subscriber. Next, we have Grand Prix Story, June 19th, optimized for Xbox Series X and S. In this simulation game, you take control of a racing team where you'll hire talented drivers, develop new vehicles, and enter Grand Prix races as you try to become the best in the world. Develop new vehicles and parts and customize them any way you like. Do you have what it takes to make it to the winner's circle? Next, we have Glyphs of Gitxan, June 19th, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and will have smart delivery. A block sliding puzzle adventure snapping 50 unique stages of increasing complexity. Take the role of a young explorer and navigate levels in top-down pixel art style, pushing stone pillars across tiled floors to align them with rows of glyphs. Can you unlock the secrets of Gitxan? Next, we have Trust No One, June 19th. You'll need to think outside more than just the box and trust no one. A point-and-click detective adventure. You play a journalist who tries to unravel a web of secrets about a mysterious AI company. Explore the nooks and alleyways of Kiev to discover the identity of your informant. Ever After Falls, June 20th, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and will have smart delivery. You wake up to discover your precious life was nothing but a simulation. You've no memory of this place, your quaint animal neighbors, the refreshing wind and fragrant flowers, the little farm you had tucked away just outside of town, none of it. Now you'll need to farm, fish, and fight your way back to prominence in this tiny, cozy town of Ever After Falls. That's interesting. It sounds like a typical cozy farm game, but the whole component about the simulation, that's kind of interesting. It's like The Matrix, but for Stardew Valley. Interesting. I might have to check that one out. Primal Survivors, June 20th, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and will have smart delivery. Are you prepared for the craziest adventure of all time? Meet Primal Survivors, a survival game filled with unique and bizarre creatures. It's much more than just a game. It's an unforgettable journey to the heart of survival. Venture forth now and discover what you're capable of. Windstorm, Start of a Great Friendship, June 20th, optimized for Xbox Series X and S. Rediscover the breathtaking world of Windstorm. Delve into the fascinating story of Micah, a girl known as a horse whisperer, as she befriends the majestic black stallion called Windstorm, with fully updated graphics and a new photo mode. Block Tower TD, June 21st, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and has smart delivery. Block Tower TD is a roguelike tower defense strategy game with interesting innovations. Build a world out of blocks, choose random upgrades to make every run unique. Faces of Illusion, The Twin Phantoms, June 21st, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, smart delivery, Xbox One X enhanced. A young journalist witnessed the kidnapping of a theater star, Beatrix LeBurn. The ambitious girl then undertakes her own investigation. As it turns out, the main suspect is one Charles Delcroix, a world-famous illusionist who mysteriously vanishes some time ago. When the journalist and her young associate, Beatrix's brother, follow the kidnapper and more of the truth about the abduction, a mysterious romance comes to light. Elden Ring Shadow of the Eld Tree, June 21st, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and will have smart delivery. The Shadow of the Eld Tree expansion features all new story set in the land of Shadow, imbued with mystery, perilous dungeons, and new enemies, weapons, and equipment. Discover the uncharted territories, face formidable adventures, and revel in the satisfying triumph of victory. Dive into the riveting interplay of characters where drama, intrigue intertwine and create an immersive experience to savor and enjoy. It requires a copy of Elden Ring to play. I beat Elden Ring, it took me over 100 hours. I don't think I'll be jumping in, but I am happy that, fans of the game are getting new content. I saw a lot of posts about trying to help players, defeat a certain boss to be able to actually play the update. So good luck, and I know many of you will have many deaths. Next, we have Whole.io, June 21st. Choose your favorite skin, eat, grow, and stay alive. Complete in multiplayer mode with up to 4 players, or eat it all by yourself. Grow by swallowing everything in front of you, whether it be garbage cans, fire hydrants, or cars. Get large enough to consume even bigger objects or other players. Nightgast, June 21st. Optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and will have smart delivery. A first-person horror game about wicked witches and sinister widows. You've received an invitation from a widow named Mildred Bargus, who resides in the countryside. She claims that her house became haunted after her divorce, and an entity by the name of, I don't even know how to pronounce this, but Shelbel Chen is angry with her because her house is never clean enough. Now you must search for her house to determine whether it's a genuine haunt or not. Pedra Crystal Caves, June 21st. A just one more go puzzle game where you must find all the key tiles which open the exit door to each cave. Find the special bonus tiles to earn crystals, which can be redeemed to upgrade your Pedra block. Gain temporary upgrades to your Pedra block by painting the upgraded tiles scattered throughout each cave. But it's not all nice and easy. Lurking in the caves are minions, punishers, growers, and stingers, bad guys that are out to get you. Next, we have Pogo Stick Champion, June 21st, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and will have smart delivery. A 2D platformer game that pairs a relaxing aesthetic with challenging gameplay. Use a pogo stick to bounce your way through each level to reach the end of the stage while avoiding hard falls and pits. As the difficulty increases, you'll encounter lasers, circular saws, spikes, and other deadly obstacles. But don't worry, all levels unlock so you won't get stuck. Times and Galaxy, June 21st, optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and has smart delivery. Embark on an interplanetary adventure as the first robo-reporter for the Times and Galaxy, a solar system's most trusted hollow paper. You're just an intern, but if you can get the scoop, write great stories, and impress your colleagues, maybe you'll get to keep your job. So in this future game, not even robots jobs are safe. It's like, oh, don't worry about automation. Just write the story. That's it for games coming this week. One through line I felt like that I think 3 or 4 of the games had a journalist as the protagonist. That's kind of crazy. I wouldn't have put that on my bingo card for games coming out this week. But definitely a lot to check out, especially with Elden Ring. I know that will be popular. So go check out those games and let me know which one is your favorite. Now it's time for Retro Review. We're diving into one of the most memorable titles from the original Xbox era, The Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay. Released in 2004 by Vendetta Universal Games and developed by Starbreeze Studios, this game surprised many with its unique blend of first-person action, stealth, and storytelling. Let's break down the why Escape from Butcher Bay stands out and remains a cult classic. First, gameplay and mechanics. The Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay combines several gameplay elements that make it versatile and engaging experience. At its core It's a first-person shooter, but it also incorporates stealth mechanics, melee combat, and adventure elements. This variety keeps the gameplay fresh and players engaged throughout. Stealth and combat. The game emphasizes stealth over brute force. Players control Riddick, voiced by Vin Diesel, and must navigate the prison's complex environments using shadows and stealth kills. When direct confrontation is unavoidable, the game offers a robust melee combat system that feels satisfying and gritty. Level design. The level design is another highlight. Butcher Bay is a multi-layered, oppressive prison, and the game does an excellent job of making players feel the claustrophobia atmosphere. The nonlinear levels encourage exploration and multiple playstyles, rewarding players for thinking outside the box. Riddick's abilities. Riddick's signature eye shine ability, which lets him see in the dark, is not only a cool feature, but also essential for navigating the dark corners of Butcher Bay. This ability, combined with well-paced shadows, creates a tense and immersive experience. Graphic and sound. For a game released in 2004, Escape from Butcher Bay boasts impressive graphics. The character models, especially Riddick's, are detailed and lifelike, capturing Vin Diesel's likeness exceptionally well. The lighting effects, crucial for the game's stealth mechanics, are top-notch, contributing to the eerie oppressiveness atmosphere of the prison. Sound design. Sound plays a critical role in creating immersion. The voice acting is superb, with Vin Diesel delivering a standout performance. The supporting cast also does an excellent job bringing the game's characters to life. The ambient sounds and soundtrack add to the tension, making every creak and footstep feel significant. Story and characters. The narrative of Escape from Butcher Bay is one of the strongest elements. It serves as a prequel to the Chronicle of Riddick film series, providing a backstory for Riddick's character. The plot revolves around Riddick's escape from the maximum security prison, Butcher Bay. It's a gritty tale of survival filled with twists and turns that keep players engaged from start to finish. The storytelling is tight, with a focus on Riddick's cunning and resourcefulness. Besides Riddick, the game features a diverse cast of characters, each with their own motivations and personalities. The interactions between Riddick and these characters add depth to the narrative, making the world feel lived in and believable. In conclusion, the Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay is a must-play for fans of stealth action games, and if you're just a fan of the Chronicles of Riddick series. Its innovative gameplay, strong narrative, and atmospheric design make it a timeless classic on the original Xbox. If you haven't experienced it yet, it's well worth tracking down a copy or buying it digitally and diving into the dark, dangerous world of Butcher Bay. Thanks for tuning in to the Xbox Report. As always, please follow me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, you can find video clips on YouTube Shorts under the Xbox Report, all one word, and on TikTok, the Xbox_report. So please follow and rate and review. It helps the Xbox Report grow as a channel, and I want to reach as many people as I can and build this community. Stay tuned for more in-depth reviews and discussions. For all things Xbox, subscribe to the Xbox Report.